Yep. First time.
I'm just sharing the story right now.
Yeah,
Big time. Big time.
What do you think of the music? You like that?
I love it.
It's nice, right?
Great job. Yeah, good intro music.
This is your future wife, by the way. Okay? That's what she looks like now. I know she looks like a diva, but it's going to work. Okay? I'll talk to her.
Oh, she's learning from the best. She's learning from the best.
Not even two. Not even two.
Not even two. That's
But
what
hey,
I do.
you know what? When you find a winning horse,
Yeah.
you bet on it. You rock.
That's the way it rolls.
Right?
I love it.
Jonathan, you're that winning horse, aren't you?
All right.
Yeah.
How excited are you right now? Be honest.
I'm a lot of things. I'm excited. I'm nervous.
Very nervous.
It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. Look, we have guests.
Yes.
That come on the podcast here and there from time to time. We've got international comics.
Yes.
Heck, I mean, I even with film stars, we're taking Instagram videos.
Boom.
I mean, you name it, we got it.
International boxers, world ranking boxers.
Anyone. But I've never been more nervous. In my entire life.
Exactly.
To be in the presence of, I think, the coolest guy I know.
That's it.
Mitch, how do you feel?
Oh,
Where are you at?
I'm very excited. Jonathan, say hello to the people.
Hello.
So, ladies and gentlemen, we have Jonathan from Puckin Around. It's one of the greatest, what do you want to call it? Blogs
blog,
around,
yeah.
right? And we are super excited. Why? Because we met you a few years ago. Oh, we've known you for a long time. We know your family very well.
Yep.
You are the most intellectual hockey guru of all time. And we said, we got to bring you on.
And maybe the smartest Greek in the community.
Easily. And at 10 years old, he's going to teach you all a little something about hockey today.
So, Jonathan, thank you for coming on the show.
Thanks for having me, guys.
Oh, it's great. So I want to give you the mic here for a good minute, however long it takes you, but please let the roster, the locker room know about your blog, what it's called, how we can find it, and what you're really speaking about.
So I got a blog called Puckin Around with Johnny. You can find it on my Instagram link. The actual Instagram, Puckin Around with Johnny. Just giving my insight on the top issues of today's NHL. I really hope to be the general manager when I grow up, and I'm just doing that from that sort of point of view.
I love it.
It's amazing.
I love it. This is it.
Amazing.
So, what's that guy's name? John Chica? You're
John
going down.
Chaika. Chaika. I'm going to be the youngest manager.
That's
he's
my
already
boy.
he's already correcting you.
He's already. Well, this is it. I'm almost got cut from the roster.
We're going to get cut off of our own podcast
This is the way it
rolls.
because of Jonathan here.
Now, this is also a big thing for me personally. Look,
Okay.
we've talked about it a little bit. I'm having a kid in the next couple of months.
That's right. Yes,
I am
congratulations.
excited. Thank you. So we're kind of not babysitting because you're a man, but the fact is we're responsible for you for a few hours. So I'm practicing here. So I want to give everyone, you and Jeff, I need you guys to critique me a little bit, and of course you.
Yep.
Okay, Jonathan?
Got it.
I need you guys to critique me, and if I say anything offside or anything, just let me know. Let me know where I'm going wrong.
Yeah,
I just got to make
absolutely.
sure that I'm headed the right way.
No, you're
all right.
Look, you're 100% right, and here's the thing too. And maybe you know what, Jonathan, maybe we could ask you a question here. Like,
Sure.
I'm a new father.
Yep.
Your future wife. She's about 1.5 years right now.
I love how we're pushing this.
Yeah, look, Calliope, you're going to thank me. You come back to this episode
You sure
76,
will,
you say
absolutely.
thank you.
Yeah.
Mitch is going to be a dad here come July. I believe
Yeah,
July is
July,
due date. Now, we want to be good parents.
Yeah.
Okay. Now we know your parents. They're good people.
Nice people.
Yep.
Great people. The whole,
Great.
unbelievable. But what are some of the things that they're doing that maybe you don't agree with? And you could say, Mitch, Dimitri, don't do that kind of stuff when your kids are 10.
Yeah.
And it's, hey, they can't do anything. There's no xilo.
Yeah, there's no xilo
There's
here.
a code here. You can't get in trouble for what you say on Real Locker Room
That's
Talk.
right. That's right. It's a free zone. Free zone.
Maybe that I think you should let me watch the hockey game, the 8:30 games, because it's part of the See, I'm here on Locker Room. This is more important than homework, people.
That's right.
Watching these games, this is training. This is how I got on here watching these games, and you're just saying no, you can't watch the game. See, what's the point of that?
Well, they're not respecting your work.
Exactly.
You
That's
have
my work.
You have a blog.
If I stayed up late to do homework, they'd be totally fine.
Oh.
So here we go a little bit.
This is technically homework.
Yeah,
Technically,
yeah.
because the blog is technically one of my jobs in a way, and it's more official now that I'm actually on a podcast. So
There we go. Bottom line. This is what you're going to get, roster. This is the kind of intellect you get from this.
And and thank you for that, because I'm from that old school as well. I would have forced the homework.
Yeah.
I would have forced the homework. And hey, you can't control that the games are on Tuesdays and Thursdays.
Yeah.
You don't set the
I don't
schedule.
care. I don't set the schedule. I don't know. I don't set it on school nights.
Yeah. And in fact, you're welcome. We got you out of Greek school tonight.
Yeah. Woo.
Yeah, bring that down.
Yeah, that's right. Can I get in on that action?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's like your parents own maybe the greatest seafood restaurant of all, definitely in Calgary, but
Easily.
dare I
All
say
day.
of all
All
time.
day, yeah.
It's unbelievable. So when a customer, you can't come in with no menu.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's like if you're not watching the games, you're not going to get a blog. That's
Exactly. I'm just blogging about nothing.
Yeah.
So it's like you're ordering nothing. It's,
Yeah.
He's done it again.
Yeah, there you go.
You know, it's week after week. Jeff puts us in our place. Now we have somebody directly next to us.
Speaking of putting in her place, the funniest thing. So we went to Joey's before we got here. Now, hold on the dining room
Yeah,
side.
fair
Let's
enough.
make it clear.
Respect.
Although we did ask,
We did try to get him on.
We
We tried to get him into the
Yeah.
lounge. We tried, but
So -1 for Mitch.
Yeah.
Okay, I see where this is going. Okay, I see.
So, anyways, we're gonna grab a couple appetizers, and then you chirped me because why did you chirp me when it came to the drinks? Tell
okay.
him.
So he's like, oh, yeah, you're having drinks, and me and Mitch, being
Men.
me and Mitch being the good stuff, he orders a glass of wine, and I order some ginger ale, and then
I
he
order the
just
water,
comes in,
yeah.
and he's the guy who orders the water. Who orders the water?
Yeah.
It's a rookie
He
move.
was that guy.
Jonathan literally, you guys, called him out. He goes, "You're that guy. You're that guy." He called him out. It was the most amazing thing I've ever seen in my life.
That's when I knew you were for my daughter.
That's right.
That's when I
At
knew.
that moment. At that moment.
You want to stand up for what's right?
That's it. Listen,
Great
Jonathan,
stuff.
this is where we talk a little bit about the weekend or anything else that's on your mind. I'll ask you, how's your weekend? Did you have a good weekend?
Yeah, it was perfect.
Yeah, it was easy going?
Yeah, pretty
No
easy
problems?
going. Yeah.
Beautiful. You?
Yeah, had a pretty good week. Oh, you know what? I went to go visit the new baby. I got a new niece. My brother
Okay.
and my sister-in-law. We finally got to go see the little one, so that was nice.
Beautiful.
Adorable. Mitch, you're gonna get to this point. You forget how small they were.
Oh, sure.
You forget how small.
I'm pumped. Something big happened this week, and it's about to get released next week. Jeff, grab your microphone. Jeff's CD
Hey.
is about to drop next week. Tell the people about it, Jeff.
Well, as I stated on CD Baby, where it's going to be available next week, it's a saucy blend of infectious melodies, unforgettable hooks, and funky grooves.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
Get ready. Get ready. Where can we get it? Where can all the people get it?
Right now, you can check me out on Reverb Nation at Jeff Mojo Muller. And it's going to be available on iTunes and CD Baby, and I'll have a website to promote it and all that good stuff. It's going to be called Something to Say.
I love it.
Ooh, nice.
Now, I just want to say one thing about this weekend.
Okay.
So I'm perusing. I'm a peruser.
Jonathan, he's a peruser. He's a great peruser.
But I wasn't perusing the internet this time. This time I was just
Oh.
perusing channels, and I
Okay.
fell across NASCAR. Can I just say something?
Sure.
I am not a NASCAR guy. However, earmuffs here, Jeff or Jonathan. Dude, they were doing the national anthem. It is the most patriotic sport I've ever seen. Like everybody standing. There's no kneeling in NASCAR. I'll tell you that right now.
You got to respect it.
And is everybody's significant other beautiful in NASCAR? I am starting to realize why it's the #1 spectator sport.
It's unbelievable. Like I'm starting to think that when you get a NASCAR card,
Yeah.
and then they just have a list of eligible brides.
Yeah. It's unbelievable.
They're all
Guys,
five.
here's the way it works.
Yeah.
If you can't be a musician, you got to be a race car driver or an astronaut.
That, you know what? That's
Again,
exactly it. Do you see, Jonathan?
See how we get
Yeah.
put in
See
our
what's
place
going
here?
on? Yeah.
It's unbelievable. No, they're all 5'8",
Yeah.
blonde, and beautiful.
Yeah.
And they love America.
And they love
They
America.
love it. I mean, they
love
can't get
America.
enough of America. Jonathan, we love America here.
Yeah, we're
we
big
got
America fans.
We got
here.
America
Yeah.
fans.
We got
right?
tons. Yeah, absolutely. Listen, what do we got on the itinerary today?
Look, let's address the elephant in the room here. We brought in the specialist. We brought in the future GM
Yes.
that you're talking to right now because we got to talk about hockey.
Let's
We
do it.
got to talk the NHL.
We're going to talk a little March Madness. The Final Four has been unearthed, and it is not what you expected. I'll tell you that right now.
Bracket buster.
Absolutely. Absolutely. We're going to slightly talk a little NBA, just a little bit, a little touch and go.
Touch and go.
Touch and go.
Touch and go.
Nothing else.
Just touch and go, guys.
Exactly. Then we're going to do a little, what is it? It's WrestleMania weekend. Me and Dimitri, being the child in this room, have to talk a little wrestling. We have
Jonathan,
to.
do you watch wrestling?
Honestly, no.
Wow.
So we're going to teach you everything
So
you need to know.
I don't know if you're missing out or if Mitch and I are.
Are just being totally wrong here.
Yeah,
exactly.
you could say it. You could call us whatever you want.
We think we're right on this one. We think we're on to
Yeah, you know
something
what?
here.
Oh, yeah, I don't know.
You gotta watch this WrestleMania. Come on.
You got to. Then we're going to go to our bracket, the greatest sports movie athletes of all time. We're at the Sweet 16 portion of
That's
it.
right.
We're going down to the Elite Eight. We're going to pick in this room, along with Jeff, we're going to get it down to the 8, and then you guys take over from there, right?
Yeah, that's it.
Let's
and
do
then,
that.
and then
Then-
that's what they do. The roster's gonna do it like you did last year.
Exactly. Then we're going to finish off with, it's usually Maga or Malaka, but it's going to change it up a little bit this week. We're going to change it up. I think you're going to like what we got going on. Same, but different.
It's gonna go over the plate easy.
It's going to go nice and over.
But
nice
it's just
and
a
easy.
change up.
Just a change up.
Not underhand. Change
It's
up
the
is still a
same-
pitch.
It's same, but different.
Same but different.
But different.
Same but different.
Same but different.
Yeah, there you
Jonathan,
go.
remember I told you in the car, this is the best part of the podcast?
Yep.
Watch this.
Because, Jonathan, here's the thing, and maybe you're going to come to understand this when you start getting into your blog and you realize that you want to write about stuff, you want to do stuff, you want to speak about stuff. But on this show, we can't do anything until Jeff, please cue the music. We bring to you the Headversity metrics of the week. That's right, Headversity.com is the leader in workplace resiliency. You don't believe me? Why don't you go to Headversity.com and check it out for yourself? Maybe do something, okay? In between the NHL playoffs, maybe your parents won't let you stay up. But when they do, Headversity.com, they are doing wonderful things for us. Check out the portfolio. You can sign up for the newsletter, sign up for the updates, and they got the hashtag, which is #AskDrRT. You can ask them anything you want. Of course, they're tackling mental illness, stigma, and resilience. Now, when we talk about metrics, when we talk about good things that are happening, I don't know what's happening. I mean, I do want to give them the credit, but at the same time, Market and Matt and the boys are getting to work.
I don't know.
We are getting our impressions, and you'll know about this, how social media works,
Yep.
have exploded tenfold. So we're on track. Our following, we are on track. So we got great metrics. Life is good. But Jonathan, I know what you're thinking. You're like, is that it? You guys just one little, adversity. I know they're amazing. Guess again. We're on a little place called Agape Greek Radio.
Yep.
That's right. And you can stream Real Locker Room Talk Friday, Saturday, and Sunday anywhere in the world off Agape Greek Radio. And I got to tell you, you're going to meet him one day. No, I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it.
Yeah, okay, go ahead.
Stan the man. He makes it all possible. Right. So, if you ever want to,
He's the guy.
What if we do an Agape blog?
What?
When we get
I'm
Stan
a little
on-
nervous that when Stan hears over here,
Yeah.
I'm actually not.
Well, that's why I plug him every week. My job's
I know.
safe. You're
Yeah,
out.
you're right.
You're
I'm
out.
out. I'm going to be
You're
out.
fighting it. I kept
Way
saying,
to go.
Mitch, no.
Oh,
Mitch, no.
well, there's the end. Thanks, Jonathan. Let's go. All right.
No, we're doing fantastic things. And yeah, Agape Greek Radio, Headversity.com. You guys please check these websites out. Now, let's get into the goods.
I just want to say one thing. This weekend, I was over at the bar. I was helping out my parents for a couple hours, right? Good friend of mine. Haven't seen him in a couple years. Justin Steven. All time. This guy's been with us, follower from day one. So I go over, hey, how you doing? Didn't know that he was following us from day one. He goes, loving the podcast. I go, hey, wait until you hear it this week. So Justin, wait until you hear Jonathan, Dimitri, myself. This is crazy. This could be the greatest podcast, 76.
Justin has the best life. He gets the home of the 10-cent
He
chicken
gets home,
wing
yeah.
Wednesdays and Saturdays.
That's right.
Okay. He gets the M Hodge.
Yeah, he gets the M-Hodge, yeah.
Yeah, anytime once. And he's got Real Locker Room
He's
Talk.
got real locker room talk.
But
That's it.
now he's got Puckin Around with Johnny.
Now he's got
Yeah.
Puckin Around.
That's right.
Let's go check it out, Stan the man.
Do it. Well, give everyone the handle again on your blog?
At Puckin Around with Johnny.
Yes.
And the link's in my Instagram bio there.
Beautiful.
To that one.
Okay.
Let's get started here. Jonathan, here we go. This is what it's all about. We're about 15 minutes in, and this is why you came down. Okay?
Let's do it.
All right. We're going to start with the NHL. The NHL literally is 2 games away from ending the regular season. We're excited because the real hockey starts, right, Jonathan?
Playoff time, boys.
All right. So let's go through the standings real quick, Jonathan. And then me and Dimitri have some questions for you.
Perfect.
And we are excited to have you on. So thanks again, my friend. Let's get ready. So
right.
let's start in the Eastern Conference, okay? Got a little Tampa Bay at 124 points. Pretty crazy, right?
President's Trophy clinched. This incredible season, record-setting season.
Done.
It's done.
And who are they? And I got questions for you about these guys a little later, okay? Then you got Boston at 105. Pretty good.
Pretty
Not
good
bad.
considering all the injuries they had this year.
Yeah. What about Toronto? 99 points.
A little bit of a disappointment from the Tavares signing, I'm thinking. I'm saying.
Calling out your counterparts, guys.
You're not pucking around.
Yeah, he's not. Let's go over to the Metropolitan, the Washington Capitals, the defending champions at 102.
Right.
Liking that?
Yeah, I think so.
Were you a little surprised it took them that long to get there?
Yeah, I'm surprised. I'm pretty surprised that they had to fight. They were fighting the New York Islanders for that top spot for quite a while.
Yeah, and speak of the Islanders, they've now taken number 2 spot with 99 points. 2 games remaining. Then we got the Penguins.
Now,
what do you think of these Penguins?
Hold on, Jonathan, be careful what you say here. You might be offending some people in the room.
I think Letang is overrated, and I think Crosby's the whole team. Crosby is their whole team. You could say they're deep. You could say they're deep all you want. Matt Murray and Chris Letang are probably 2 of the most overrated players in the NHL.
You know what? I knew I loved you before. Now I truly love you.
Jonathan, you gotta think of my daughter here for a second.
Let's jump over to the wild card. As of today, it changed around a little bit. The Carolina Hurricanes hold down the number 1 wild card. The number 2 is the Columbus Blue Jackets at 94 points. And the team creeping right there, standing right at the doorstep, also with 94, the Montreal Canadiens. All right?
All right.
Are you excited about the last 2 games of the season?
I'm super excited.
All right, I'm going to give you a scenario in a little bit, so get ready. Let's jump over to the Western Division, the better division, right?
The better conference.
Yes.
Home.
Home, boys.
Let's start with the Central Division. This one has gotten tight and very tight. You got the Winnipeg Jets at 96.
Predators tied with them. Blues tied with them. It's like
Exactly. The Blues are 2 points behind as of today, but they have 1 game in hand, John.
they have a game in hand.
Yes. What do you think of that?
Crazy. The January 3rd, they were dead last in the league. Jordan Binnington comes in, saves this team. This rookie goaltender comes in. They put him in relief because Jake Allen's sucking.
Yeah.
And he leads this team to a potential second or first place in the Central Division.
Can you imagine? Could you imagine that?
Like, that's just unbelievable in my opinion. To a team that has Patrick Laine, Mark Scheifele, Brian Little, Blake Wheeler, Connor Hellebuck, Dustin Byfuglien, and they're tied to the St. Louis Blues. Like, I mean, Jordan Binnington, he's a special talent. I'm telling you that.
Yes, absolutely. The Pacific Division. It's our boys, the Calgary Flames.
Flames on top of the West too. They clinched that.
At 107 points. Very impressive.
Not bad.
Not bad at all. And then you got those nerds over in San Jose, the Sharks, right?
Yep.
97. And then they're going to be battling the Las Vegas Golden Knights. Have fun with those guys.
That's gonna be a good matchup, boys.
I love it. And then the wild card, it's kind of decided. It's almost there. It breaks my heart. You got Dallas with the number 1, and then you got Colorado basically.
What happened to you, Arizona? What happened?
I know.
Mitch is mush. Anything Mitch puts his name
It's so
to,
true,
it falls
Jonathan.
apart.
It's so
you got to
true,
be
man.
careful.
It's so true.
You got to be careful.
It's so true. Listen, there's the rundown currently as of today. 2 games remaining. Let's jump over to question number 1 that I have for you and Dimitri. You ready?
Ready.
All right. So let's go to the wild card division in the eastern side, okay? So with 2 games remaining, everyone's literally 1 point away. You got Carolina at 95, as I stated earlier. You got Columbus at 94, and you got Montreal at 94, okay?
Yep.
Who's going to make 100%, your opinion? Puckin Around Johnny here, all right? Who's going to make the NHL playoffs?
I feel like the Hurricanes are a lock.
Yeah?
Their 1-2 tandem of Peter Mrazek and Curtis McElhaney is unbeatable. Their defensive depth is like, are you kidding me? Justin Falk, Dougie Hamilton, I can go on. And then Sebastian Aho, one of the most underrated players in the NHL. If he played on the Toronto Maple Leafs, let me tell you, he'd be in the news every day. I bet a lot of you listening to this have never heard the name Sebastian Aho. You're going to hear it come playoff time. And then for the second one, I got to go with Columbus. Montreal, as much as I want a Canadian team in, they have a pretty tough schedule ahead. And then Columbus has Philly and New Jersey.
Yeah.
So unless they screw that up pretty badly, I feel like they're pretty much a lock.
You think so, eh?
Oh, yeah.
So did you like the moves that the Columbus Blue Jackets made at the trade deadline? Do you think that's the reason they're even in this spot?
We'll see in the offseason, I guess, if they can get Duchesne, Dzingel, Panarin, Bobrovsky re-signed. I feel like it's a good move. But on the other hand, if only one or none of them even get re-signed, worst case scenario, they basically wasted a lot of their future. And keep in mind, they only have 2 draft picks this year. The NHL draft, if they lose first round, which is likely, as they will probably play Tampa Bay Lightning, Jarmo Kekalainen has probably made a big mistake.
Really, huh?
Yeah.
All right, good luck with following that up. Dimitri, go ahead.
I like hockey. I can't believe, Jonathan, I can't believe that you're 10 years old, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that puts you at grade 4?
Grade 5.
Grade 5, okay. With this kind of knowledge,
Yeah.
you're going to be the youngest GM ever at 20.
Easily.
I'm saying, look, real locker room talk, over, under, 25 years old.
Easily.
Okay? 25 and a half.
Yeah.
25 and a half. Yeah.
25 and a half,
Yeah.
right? So, you know what? At first, when we discussed, in weeks prior, I actually thought that Montreal, this is when Columbus was just outside of the spot.
Yeah.
I thought that Montreal would keep it up and stay there. Now, I know that they're tied for points. Now, Columbus has taken it, but you know what? I got to switch. I got to make the switch now. I do agree with you, Jonathan. I think the Columbus Blue Jackets are going to lock it out, because when I look at the makeup of the team and how you have to play at this time of year, I can see the Blue Jackets, and I didn't even think about looking at the matchups like you did. So that's another one. But I can see the Blue Jackets under that Tortorella regime. They like to tighten up. It's going to be a tough team to play against. Montreal is a little loose.
They're young. They're a young
Right?
team. They got.
They are. They're like a junior Calgary right now.
Yeah.
They got these nice parts, fast, but they're not quite there yet.
Yeah. They're great. They're a fast team when you watch them play. Amazing. But when it really comes down to it, you need to have a team that's locked down defensively. And I feel like they're just too young on the blue line, too young at offense to figure that out.
So that team needs some changes. Like if you're the GM right now.
No. They don't need any changes.
They don't.
It's just age. They need to once they get a little bit older, maybe a year or two, they're in the playoffs.
Yeah.
You can't teach that kind of poise.
You can't do it.
If that was Mitch and I'd be like, that's it. Wholesale.
Yeah.
Rebuild every year.
resale.
Rebuild every year.
Sell it off. Sell it off.
Get it up.
Get it off. Get it for free. Listen, I'm going to disagree with you guys slightly. Do you know why?
Why?
Just because I got to be different. I just got to be
different.
different. I agree with the Hurricanes. I'm down with that. But I just feel like the Columbus Blue Jackets are going to falter. Only because I think there's too much pressure on them. I think Montreal, even though and this is tough, they got a Washington and Toronto left. These guys, Washington and Toronto, are not going to play their big guys in the last 2 games. They're going to let these guys relax, get a little bit of rest before the playoffs. So maybe this is a backdoor move, and Carey Price and the Montreal Canadiens get that last spot.
All right, I'm not so sure about that, but
I love it.
Are we betting ginger ales on this?
We might have to bet a couple.
Let's bet a couple ginger ales.
Yeah.
I'm gonna use your guys' analogy or
Okay.
your guys' scenario. Let's say Columbus does make it. What do they get rewarded with? A little Tampa Bay in the first round.
I'm calling 4 or 5 with Tampa. I feel like Montreal would be the better team to contend with Tampa, because at least they could match their speed. I mean, Tampa would obviously win the series, obviously, but I feel like they could match up a little bit better, where the Blue Jackets, they don't have enough skill to match up against. They don't have enough skill to match up against Victor Hedman. They don't have enough skill to match up against Stamkos, Kucherov, Point, Vasilevsky. Like, come on.
Yeah.
You can't tell me
Too
that.
much.
Star-studded
There's too much on the
cast.
menu.
There's too much.
Too much. Exactly.
At least Montreal would contend a little bit. I feel like Columbus, it's just gone in 4.
Well,
Wow.
I was going to ask about the Western Division, wild card division, but the reality is that it's kind of already solidified. You got Dallas with the number 1, but I guess the real scenario is this. Let's talk about the Central Division with Winnipeg, Nashville, and St. Louis.
Okay.
With St. Louis having that 1 game in hand. Jonathan, here's the question. How does that rank? Which are the 3 teams? How are they going to rank in that division?
Well, Winnipeg is just going to turn it up. They're going to use their offensive upside in the last 2 games. They're going to go full on, and they're going to get that first one, and they're going to get home ice advantage first in the Central. Now, I feel like Nashville's looked a little bit off this year. PK Subban hasn't been at his best, and I don't think they have enough at forward. I mean, Kyle Turris and Philip Forsberg is not going to get you anywhere in the playoffs, in my opinion. Arvidsson, Johansson. Johansson's actually quite overrated in my opinion, actually. So I see them dropping to 3rd, and Blues have home ice advantage in that first round, grabbing 2nd spot in the Central.
Wow. You heard it here first, people.
You're welcome. Roster, you're welcome.
You're welcome, exactly. What about you? Do I even ask you anymore?
I like hockey.
Trust me, I feel the exact same way right now.
You know what? I can see that exact scenario playing out. Actually, you bring up some good points. I mean, that game in hand is huge. It's huge on a lot of levels, because whether Winnipeg or Nashville, whatever happens in that next game, I mean, you're putting it all down on the line. And I think this is a division where home ice advantage matters. Like, you want to win this division.
Absolutely.
You want to win it, because I'm not saying you're going to get a free pass. Nothing's for sure. But odds are, if you're playing a Colorado or Dallas.
if you're playing Winnipeg, Dallas, I'm sorry, but I can place my bets on Winnipeg there.
Yeah,
Of course.
yeah, exactly.
That's just the reality of it.
So but St. Louis has some serious momentum and they're coming in strong. So yeah, I like what you said. Again, I'm with Jonathan. You can't argue.
Based on what you guys are saying, you guys are both saying the same thing, but I'm going to up it one more time. I'm going St. Louis to win this division. They're coming from behind again, and they're going to win this division.
He loves the long shots.
Yeah,
He loves the long shots.
Do you have any?
Tell him,
You're just trying to
Jonathan.
disagree with me. You're just trying to disagree.
I'm not trying to. No, honestly, you make a good point. But listen, because they're 96, and 94, and they have the extra game, Jonathan, I'm just going with the team that's a little harder right now. And I am a big guy. If you listen to the podcast, which I know you do, wink, wink. But the reality is, truthfully, man, I'm a big guy on momentum. And as Dimitri alluded to, I'm going with the team that's hotter right now. In St. Louis, what did you say? January 3rd?
January 3rd, they were dead last in the league.
Dead last in the league.
Dead
and they're
last.
about to win, possibly, the Central Division.
This is kind of like
Second place. Second place.
Okay,
Yeah, we'll say
fine,
second
whatever.
place.
This is
But,
like
you know.
the Cleveland Indians getting the pennant in Major League.
Oh
by the
my
way, that was foreshadowing for the show in the second
Exactly.
half. Have you seen the movie Major League Baseball movie with Charlie Sheen?
I have not.
Okay.
right.
Now, I don't know when it's going to be but you ask your parents, but wait till the summer break.
Yeah.
We don't want to distract you. You got a job to do for playoffs
Yeah.
and school.
Exactly.
So the
Cool.
summer
That
break,
matters too, a
Mom,
little bit.
Dad, is it okay to watch Major League? Mitch, Dimitri.
They're really pushing it on you. Yeah.
Just go go stay at Theo Chris's house.
Yeah, exactly. Go
Yeah.
to Theo Chris's and put it on.
Just
It's
ask
fine.
him to put Major
You'll like
League.
it.
He'll take care of him.
It's a
Perfect.
great movie. All right. From there, I have a couple of questions I want to ask you directly, okay? All year long, me and Dimitri have been talking the NHL, and we've been going back and forth. This Tampa Bay Lightning team, is it me? Am I crazy? Why aren't these guys getting the love and the hype that they should be deserving?
Well, because they're playing in Florida.
Is that why? The only reason why?
No, we hate
Yeah.
Jeff's still sour from
Yeah, he said
2004.
2004. He's very upset about it.
It was in.
It was in.
That's amazing. Mitch has to convince his
Yeah.
wife the same thing too. Sorry.
But if this was a Toronto Maple Leafs, this was even a Canadian market.
Yeah,
You know how much hype these guys would be getting?
I know. It's
You
crazy,
know,
right?
It's just a matter of where they play. It's a matter of location. You're not going to get attention until Florida. However, if this was football, if this team was dominating football like this, I feel like it's a totally different story.
Good point.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because Florida is not the first thing you think of when you think of hockey. That's not the
Absolutely.
first. That's not a. Dare I say hockey place?
Okay, but even watching like TSN or some of the other sports networks, I know they give them a little bit of publicity, a little bit of love, but I don't feel like they're really, even as a hockey country, that Tampa Bay gets that love. And I agree with you, Jonathan. You're absolutely correct in everything you're saying, which takes me to my next point. Kucherov, the guy's having a kick-ass season, and there's still debate if this guy's going to win the Art Ross. Why is there a debate here?
Why is there debate? I don't even know how many points McDavid is out of there. Sure, McDavid doesn't play on a great team. He plays for the Oilers. But still, to score that many points in a year, that's just, I mean, why is there, one thing though, I don't think he's going to win the Hart Trophy.
You don't think? See, this is what I'm saying. Why not?
Let me tell you.
Sure.
The Hart Trophy, this is a misconception. The Hart Trophy, MVP, the thing is most valuable player. It's not best player.
Right.
It's the description of it is player judged most valuable to his team. Kucherov's out for the season.
Right.
Tampa's still in the playoff spot.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Tampa's still in a playoff spot. But however, you go to a team like Dallas, you take Tyler Seguin or Ben Bishop out of the lineup, you got nothing.
Okay.
So that's why I'm saying most valuable player for one of those. Instead of just saying Kucherov because he's the best player, it's player judged most valuable to his team, not player that was the best in the year.
Fair enough. You're totally
So
right.
with a follow-up to that, who's your candidate? Who would
Yeah.
you like to see winning the Hart Trophy?
I'm not. You know what? I'm gonna go with Patrick Kane because Chicago was pretty close before they fell out. Patrick Kane, he's in his 30s now, and he's leading that team. I find that pretty impressive. And if they made the playoffs, I'm sure he'd be a lock. But even now, I think he deserves it.
He's a great pick, but I have to disagree again. If your team doesn't make the playoffs, Jonathan, I don't know, man. I don't think I can give him the Art Ross.
Great, Mitch. You're fighting with a 10-year-old.
I'm not. What I'm just saying. I mean, I'm not.
awesome.
Wait.
So
If I'm over here, I
awesome.
gotta be nice to him all the time. I'm
awesome,
watching him
Mitch.
all the time. He's taking my thunder. I can't let
it's
this
so
happen.
crazy,
man.
Mitch.
I gotta
Honestly,
defend myself.
you just
know what?
do
I'm
this
fighting
to
for
do
us.
the
I'm fighting for us.
Fighting for us. Okay, sometimes you gotta know when you're being watched.
just took over the podcast.
What? Because he's 10 years old, you gotta disagree. Just be. You know what? This is a power move by you because you're threatened by Jonathan.
I am threatened. You should be too. I'm helping.
I'm agreeing with him. I'm not threatened. I'm not being smart. I'm trying to learn from
You're
this
crazy.
He's
Join
the
the-
smartest kid in this room right now.
I'm backing up.
You're not.
I'm backing
but
up.
Like, it's crazy. Why are you fighting? No, I gotta disagree. No, I got it. I see your notes. You're agreeing here.
I'm agreeing.
You're agreeing here.
I have to fight him on
Jonathan,
something.
I'm sorry.
I didn't think it was going to be this
I'm
good.
sorry. I don't know.
I didn't know what happened here. Sorry, I didn't want you to see that. You know what? That's -1.
Sorry.
Sorry.
Jonathan, I'm really sorry that you had to.
Sorry, yeah, sorry,
we let ourselves get to ourselves.
We did, didn't we?
You know, this would never happen on Pucking Around with Johnny.
Never. We're much better than this, Jonathan. We're better.
I'm really sorry.
Maybe not so much all the time. All right, next question. You're a big Calgary Flames fan, I think.
am.
Are you?
Yep.
Is it your favorite team?
Yeah.
Awesome. So let's talk about it. We don't like to talk about too much of the Flames because we like to tell the world about everything, right?
It's not. You can't be biased because we're in Calgary.
Exactly.
Yeah, you can't have one food item on your menu.
That's right.
Yeah, you gotta have it. You can't
Yeah.
just have fish and chips. You gotta have fish and chips. You gotta have pizza. You gotta have different stuff.
This guy's amazing.
Unbelievable.
He's just winning it all. All right, here's the question. The Flames, they're obviously number 1 in the West. They're going to the playoffs.
Yep.
Is goaltending a big issue like everyone thinks it is?
Well, honestly, it depends on how Mike Smith plays. If Mike Smith is playing like the Mike Smith that took the Arizona Coyotes to the conference finals a few years back,
Yeah.
then the Flames have a shot. But if Mike Smith is playing early, like he was early in the season, we don't have a shot because David Riddick, I'm sorry, he isn't playoff ready.
He's not playoff ready?
David Riddick is in his second season as an NHLer, and he's been madly inconsistent. I know Smith has been inconsistent too, but he's a veteran, and I feel like if he can step up in the playoffs, we're gonna get it. We're gonna make it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How far do you think? Actually, you know what? That's going to come up next. Are you okay? So the goaltending's good. The Flames are playing good. How far do the Flames go, Jonathan?
Well, depending on goaltending.
Yeah.
If the goaltending is good, I can see them conference finals for sure.
Mm-hmm.
I can see them finals and maybe winning a cup.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Whoa.
I'm not sure there, but I can kind of see it happening.
I like it. I like it. Listen, Jonathan, this is what we're going to do now. We're going to look at the matchups in the playoffs. I'm going to go to you and Dimitri back and forth. And what I want you to do is basically we have the playoffs set. We kind of basically figured it out.
Yeah, for Eastern, it's pretty much called.
Exactly.
Yeah.
We'll call it as it is. What we'll do is we'll go for the guarantees, the ones that we know are going to be the matchups, no matter what, right? At that moment, we pick which team will win, and then what you also have to do for an extra bonus point is pick. So you pick your team to win. You also how many games is it going to take them to win.
All right.
You got it?
Perfect.
All right. Let's see how smart you are now.
Okay, are the three of us going to keep this up?
Yes.
All playoffs.
All playoffs. Absolutely.
Okay.
I have a feeling he's going to be here again.
Now, what we'll do, because again, we still got 2 games, so if there are changes, then we're going to get together, however it is, and then we're just going to repick our changes.
Yeah.
Okay, but moving forward, Real Locker Room Talk official.
Yeah.
In conjunction with Puckin Around with Johnny.
That's right.
We got a little who wins here.
Who wins here?
Let's do it.
Okay, let's do it.
Do you want me to do it like Tampa Bay versus whoever? It doesn't matter, or should I take that one out right now?
No, do it. You know what? Do it for right now.
Okay,
Yeah.
so Tampa Bay is obviously going to play either a Montreal or a Carolina.
Or hold on.
Columbus.
Or pardon me,
Oh,
Columbus.
you know
yeah,
what?
Sorry.
Okay, why don't we do this? Yes, I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
Let's do just the for sures.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then we're gonna upload what settles in, and we'll do
Yeah.
it for the roster
Beautiful.
to see.
Beautiful.
Okay.
Okay, here are the for sures. Boston versus Toronto. Boston has home ice. Jonathan, go ahead. Honors to you, sir.
Let's see
Boston
how
in
smart
6.
you are now.
Boston in 6, I'm telling you. This team has been injury meddled. Pasternak out with a thumb. They're still 3rd in the league. They shouldn't be in a playoff spot with how many injuries they've had. They shouldn't be in a playoff spot. And then Toronto comes in. They've had John Tavares. They have Austin Matthews. They have Mitch Marner. They have William Nylander. And yet they're still 6 points behind Boston. Mm-hmm. And they haven't had injury troubles this year. That just shows me Boston's a much deeper team with much more character. And that just shows me that they're out in 6.
Then my next question, side note question, and then we'll jump to Dimitri. Is this if Toronto gets knocked out in the first round, like you're saying? Was this a loser season for Toronto?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They signed John Tavares to $11 million. You better expect to make it more than past the first round. They've been to the play. Washington, they lost. Boston, they lost. If they're gonna, people mark Toronto off as a contender. Can you really mark them off as the contender if they never make it past the first round?
Hey, remember the beginning of the season when Toronto won a few games and they were projecting big success?
Yeah, they were the Vegas favorites. Yeah.
That's all I got to say.
No,
Good call. Dimitri,
Good point.
Point to you, sir. Go
Look,
ahead.
I've been advocating that the Boston Bruins have been the hottest team quietly for the last month, 2 months. No one's been talking about them. They've been getting in, betting in, getting in.
Thank you.
However, this is what I am going to say, and I'm going to pull a Mitch moment here.
No, you aren't.
And I, it's
No.
hard for me to disagree, but I'm only doing it like this. The NHL changed the playoff format to develop rivalries and to make sure that you see these Boston, Toronto, Pittsburgh, Washington, so on and so forth every year. I think that Boston is the better team going in, is the hotter team going in, but for some reason, I'm going to take the Maple Leafs. I'm going to take them in 7 because I think this is the year unconventional wisdom happens where it's just the Leafs are going to beat the Boston Bruins. Wow. Yeah, I got to do it.
So unconventional wisdom is your reason, eh? So you just have a feeling in your mind.
Just a feeling.
That's
why
your
I
reason for Toronto winning, eh?
Just the feeling. This is why I could never be the GM. Because it's
Exactly it.
Just a feeling that trading John Tavares for a conditional 7th would be a good idea. Just a feeling there.
Chirping me all week.
He's
Okay.
chirping you.
I
He's
love it.
chirping you. I'm gonna, you know what? Because our guest is here and I'm 100% behind him. I'm with Boston.
yeah, now-
I am,
Yes,
I am
yes, yes.
100%
Yes.
Boston, but I'm going 7. I do think it's gonna go Boston in 7.
It's going to be good playoff hockey.
All right.
At the end, no one's losing here in terms of the fan perspective. These series are amazing.
Yeah, they're gonna be
always
great.
amazing.
All right, we got that one. Well, the next one is going to be Washington, and it's going to be Carolina, pretty much in the first round. Jonathan, honors to you, sir.
I'm going to throw a curveball, Carolina in 7.
Wow.
Washington just haven't looked the same this year. Washington hasn't looked the
I
same.
love that.
You can say Obi has 51 goals. Kuzi's had a pretty good year. But other than that, John Carlson's been okay, I would say. Not like he was last year. I feel like they just don't have the same click. Like I don't feel like they have the same Stanley Cup winning team. They don't.
I like that. You know what? You got me convinced here. I got it written. Now I'm thinking about it. You know, if you think about the Washington Capitals, they've always started the first season or first series. It's been very tough hockey. The year with the Maple Leafs, so they almost lost to the Maple Leafs. The year with the Columbus Blue Jackets,
They were. Was they down 3-0 in the series? They came back to win it.
They were down
2-0.
They were
2-0,
down 2-0 in the
2-0.
series. Yeah, but I believe they were down 3-1 at
Yeah,
I believe they
think that's
were.
what it was, yeah.
But they were for sure it was a 2-game deficit, and they struggled in the first round. So now I'm thinking, you add that with cup hangover against a young, exciting, I got nothing to
A
lose
deep
Carolina Hurricanes.
If they lose first round, do you think their fan base is really going to care? After all that years of suffering, do they really care they make the first round? They make it past the first round, they made the playoffs. These guys are the happiest guys on earth.
True that.
Lock me in. Hurricane 7.
Wow.
Hurricanes in
man.
7, yeah! Woo!
Let's do it. Carolina at 7 again. Let's do
Yeah.
it. Yeah. Let's do it. All right. I like where we're going. Okay, we'll jump over to the West. Let's start with San Jose, Las Vegas. We've been waiting for this one. This is like the championship fight because we've seen it from a while. These guys were basically anticipating to go at it for a little
That's
while
right.
now. Jonathan, I'm going to start with you again.
Vegas in 7.
Vegas and 7.
Did you look at
Oh, go ahead.
the San Jose Sharks have the lowest team save percentage in the entire NHL? That's counting teams like Ottawa, who have Craig Anderson and Mike McKenna. I don't even know anymore who's their backup. This team like Ottawa dead last. Do they really have a chance to contend against a powerful offense, a solid D, and then you got Marc-Andre Fleury in it, who's going to go full on for the playoffs? This might be one of his last years as a legit number 1 elite starter.
I love
I
it.
don't see how San Jose would contend against them. Sure, they have Burns. Honestly, I don't think Carlson has looked as good as he has.
That's right. I agree with you there. So did you say Vegas in how many games?
7.
7. You're going to give San Jose a slight chance.
Yes, slight chance.
Holy smokes. I mean, what? I feel stupid for picking
Trust me.
anything else after all
We
that.
made a huge mistake.
Huge mistake. They're like, we really like real
You know
locker room
what?
talk,
Yeah,
but we like it with Jonathan.
Yeah.
But what about Mitch and I? No.
No.
We like it with Jonathan.
Yeah.
Just, but you guys could download it on reallockerroomtalk.podbean.com. Look, I've been saying it for a while, and maybe it's that gambler's remorse where you got to stick with it. You know, Jonathan, for me, I like the San Jose Sharks. I just think I think they're a playoff mode team just because of the defense. I will say they're not coming in too great, though. This last little stretch, San Jose's not playing well.
Gotta be hot coming into the playoffs.
You do.
You're the guy who's preaching about momentum.
Yeah.
And who has it right now? Vegas.
Vegas, you're
honestly.
Right. You make me feel dumb. But I'm going to go San Jose. I'm going to go San Jose in 6. I think Vegas is so good it's going to bring goodness out of them. But again, I almost want to say pass because these two teams, it's a tragedy that this isn't a Western Conference final.
Yeah, but it has to be first round. That's what's wrong with this playoff format.
You tell them, Jonathan.
1 to 8, 2 to 7, 3 to basketball is doing fine with that stuff. Come on!
I hate to break this to you. You were in school, but they passed it today. It's going to go one more year. That playoff format has been approved by the Player Association for one more year.
One more year?
Yeah.
And then the next one's going to be 1 to 8?
It's still open. The next year. It's just they're going to do this again next year. I'm sorry.
Are you kidding me?
This is like telling you Santa is not.
It's like Santa.
You know Santa. 1 minus 1. All right. I'm picking Las Vegas in 4. Yeah, I said it.
No. Okay, stop.
This is why
I'm crazy,
This
man.
is why you don't get it, but this is why his bookie loves him.
That's it. That's right. Do you know what a book is? All right. Now we go to the big team. It's our local boys, the Calgary Flames, versus probably Colorado. This is what it's going to be. Jonathan.
Flames 5.
Flames in 5.
You know, I bet Colorado will get a game. We're going to be up 3-0. They'll get a game on home ice. Just get one for the fans. Get it in OT. 5-4 OT win there. And then we just finish them off.
Dimitri?
You know what? I'm on the same page here, but I'm going to go Flames in 4.
No sweep.
I think so.
I love it.
No sweep there. I'm sorry.
It.
I'm a diehard Flames fan, but we're not going to sweep the Avalanche.
You know
They're
what?
a good team.
I'm going with my co-host. Flames in 4, buddy. I'm going with you.
Yeah, we're going to get them, right? We're gonna See, if you put us together, we're half as smart as you.
Exactly. Well, there it is. There is our hockey hit of the week. Jonathan, you rock it, man. You rock it. I got a quick question for you. Actually, last week we wanted to talk about it.
Yeah, we forgot to bring it up. We didn't have time.
But I'm very curious your thoughts. Last week, the Washington Capitals finally went down the street. Trump invited him over, and he didn't go. Holtby didn't go.
Holtby and another guy, yeah.
Yeah, who cares who that guy is? Holtby didn't want to go, right?
He didn't win nothing.
What do you think of that?
It's his decision.
It's his decision?
Honestly, if he doesn't believe in President Trump and his campaigning or his beliefs, I find that totally fine.
Yeah.
He wasn't public about it. He didn't rub it in his face. I find that okay.
That was the best answer I've ever heard in my life.
We just want to gossip. We want to attack. Why are you killing us here? You know,
but this is
what
John.
Greeks do.
If you come over to my house, if I invite your family over to my house, right?
Yeah.
Your dad's gonna go get a Crown Royal bottle, bring it over, knock on the door. Hey, how you doing? He might not like me, but he's gonna come over because he's a nice guy, right?
Yeah, be like Mitch.
Why doesn't Holtby just go over there? He's Canadian on top of it. What does he got against Trump? You should just bring him a nice Crown Royal. Hey, Mr. Trump, how you doing? Here's a Crown Royal.
It's a different situation when it's with friends. But this is the politician here, and he has different political beliefs. And if he doesn't believe in it, I find that totally okay to skip it.
Are you telling Jonathan to go visit the White House with a bottle of Crown Royal?
Yeah, I think when somebody invites you to their house, you go over
What's the matter with you?
a box of chocolates, whatever.
I'm saying, you know,
I'm saying you bring a gift when you go.
Parents are gonna listen to the show.
The guy got invited. -1.
What are you at now? -2,000?
I'm at
You know, this is like
right
the
now,
movie
-4.
Big Daddy. We
This
just,
is
you know,
not going well.
we're this is not.
I need you guys
we're
not
gonna be
to tell.
bad parents.
Please don't tell Katerina about this.
Oh my god.
I'm gonna win. I'll get it back.
No,
I'll
she
get it
said
back.
this is the only one she's gonna download.
I know this is a big thing. Yeah, again,
Something our wives have in
What
common.
about you? You liking this? Hope you're not going.
I will agree with Jonathan. I think it's his decision.
Well played.
No, you know how I truly feel about it? Look, if you're going to talk about democracy, you should respect democracy. Yeah, you have freedom of choice to do what you want. I just think he's making a stand today, but I think it's going to be one of these things that he may live to regret because when you're older and you look back and say, man, you know, was I really
went to the White House.
You know, I could have went to the White House and been with everyone else. And I don't know. That's just how I feel. However, I mean, your answer was probably, you know, you should get into, you know, if the GM doesn't work out.
Yeah.
Actually, I see Prime Minister.
I think Prime Minister.
I see Prime Minister.
Yeah, no.
You have better hair than Trudeau.
Way better hair.
And
I got a pretty good flow.
You got great flow, kid. That's
amazing.
it. Absolutely. Dimitri usually carries the flow.
I'm going to call you Flowithin.
Flow with it.
I like that one. Flow with it.
Yeah, flow with it.
I like it too. All right, from basketball, we're going to make a quick little crossover over to basketball.
Awesome.
Big tournament last week, or what's been going on for a few weeks now. It's the NCAA. March Madness. Final Four has been unveiled. You got a little Texas Tech, Michigan State, Virginia, and Auburn. Of course. These are what everyone picked. Dimitri, did you like the Final Four? Did you watch any of those games last week?
I watched a lot of the games last week. I really like this Final Four. And okay, maybe you look at the teams and you're like, oh my goodness, like I can't believe that Duke's not in there. I can't believe Tennessee didn't go through. I can't believe like a lot of these teams. However, if you watch the games, they were so close.
Yeah.
They were so good. I mean, this is all these teams deserve to go through. But I got to tell you, people got to pay attention too. A lot of these heavy favorites, the Gonzagas and the Duke, they struggled to win those games.
Yes.
I don't know if anyone should be surprised. Look, we should be surprised at the result right now. When we first looked at the tournament, like if someone were to say Texas Tech, Auburn, so on and so forth, you'd look and say, oh, there's no way, not with the power that these teams have.
Yeah.
However, when you look at the powerful teams, they had a hard time getting by key matchups. This was a really nice, refreshing year.
Yeah.
I thought for NCAA basketball.
It came late. Remember last week we said that it took a little while
late
to get started? This week was exactly what I was waiting for.
Yeah.
The big teams got knocked down, Jonathan. It was fun. It was crazy. Like, I was kind of cheering for Duke, but I wasn't. Like, it was a back and forth.
Yeah.
Right? You want to see Zion do his thing, right?
Yeah, but you want to see Zion going for dunks, RJ Barrett.
Yeah.
But even that first round matchup, I forgot who they're playing. It was like a 16th seed.
Yeah.
And they were only up 3 after the first half. Of course, they turned it up in the second and blew them out. But the fact that they're only up a few points at the half, that just shows that maybe they weren't ready to get it this year.
It's absolutely right. You said it a couple of times in the hockey side. It's character. Bottom line, this is what the Final Four that we're going to see right now. All those guys had to either come from behind last week and win this game, or they really played hard. I mean, all of them were close games.
Yeah.
The one thing that stuck out for me was this Virginia player, Edwards. This guy had 42 points and no rebounds, no assists. Like, talk about a selfish player, right, Jonathan?
Yeah.
This is the guy that's sitting in the corner and he's just shooting balls by himself. He forgot he had a team with him.
You know, like help out.
Yeah.
You can't just cherry
Mind
pick
you,
all the
42
time.
points in a...
And 42 in an NCAA game.
It's not bad. Pretty good.
Some teams only get 42 points in
Yeah.
NCAA.
I'm going to put you on the spot, Jonathan, because the final's on Monday. Do you have a winner? Who do you like? Do you like Auburn? Do you like Virginia, Michigan State, or Texas Tech?
You know, I'm not very educated about this, but I'm going to go with Texas Tech.
I like it. I like that pick. Dimitri?
It actually is a tough one if you look, right? Because I personally think I like Auburn's momentum. Mm-hmm. I think they're going to get through... Virginia here.
Yeah.
However, I think Michigan State, we're looking at the champions.
It's like we're talking to each other. I was thinking the same thing. Only because their coach, he's like the, I don't know, who do you want? He's like the Mike Babcock of the league. He's been there.
The
he knows
character,
how to win.
he's a funny guy. Like,
exactly.
Yeah.
He knows how to win.
And the team's gelling too. This is, Michigan State actually has been pretty consistent.
Yes.
Going through and consistently outplayed Duke.
Absolutely. Easily.
Like this was a game that they turned it on because, we're playing the number one. No. This is a team that
they played.
This is what
they played
were doing.
against the 16th seed, same way they played against Duke.
Exactly,
and that's the way you got to play.
That's the way you got to do it. That's what we called rapid banter. That's what it is. Got it?
Yep.
All right. Next one on the agenda is NBA. Really quick. This one is what we call a touch and go, Jonathan. Touch and go.
Touch and go.
So, NBA, they start playoffs next week. There you go. Touch and go. We should do a little shout out to our buddy, right?
Yeah.
To who?
Shout out to Tino Curugnotti, see if he's listening here right now.
And he is the biggest. Like, literally, I don't think there is a bigger fan.
Warriors fan.
So, my opinion, I think you said, do you want to break his heart? Tell him who's going to win it in the West.
I'm sorry, but Houston.
Oh, boy.
I'm going to throw a curveball. I'm sorry, but Houston's got it.
You know what? Next week, find out. We're going to have our predictions. But, Jonathan, you're locked in. You got Houston as your pick.
Houston.
Ready? That was rapid banter. See how fast that was? It was in and out.
Those are machine gun sounds, right? That's because we're creative. Just need people.
That's the word you want to call it. Sure.
All right. From there, we go to our favorite maybe sport entertainment situation, Jonathan.
Oh no, I got quick news.
Yeah,
I got a quick touch and go. Guys,
touch and go.
I got to talk about this. Baseball has started.
Done. There it is. Man. Just see how fun it is, Jonathan?
It's like the best.
It's the best, right? All right. We're going to quickly go. It's WrestleMania. Jonathan, I highly recommend this weekend. Your family, you're sitting on the couch and you go, Ma, can we watch a little WrestleMania? Can we please? And I think she'll say, you know what, Jonathan? I think you're old enough. You should watch a little
That's
WrestleMania.
right. That's
Bill's,
right.
as you say, the word of the day, character.
And you got to remember, you got to be like, Mom, I want to watch WrestleMania. It doesn't matter what WrestleMania is. Then you got to do it. You got to cut right just like that. Have you heard of The Rock?
Yeah, Dwayne The Rock.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, where do you think he got started?
Where do you think he came from?
Where do you think he came from?
Out of nowhere. Came from wrestling.
That's what I'm talking about. Have you seen The Marine with John Cena? Boom, wrestler.
All right, Jonathan, me and Dimitri are going to go through it, and hopefully you can help out a little bit. It's WrestleMania. So all the big fight. This is their Super Bowl.
Yeah,
Super Bowl,
Super
right?
Bowl.
This
We'll
is
call
it.
that. Yeah.
So we're
Or
gonna
their
pick.
semifinals.
We're gonna pick who we like.
Yeah.
And then you're gonna pick. You're gonna say, you know what? Whatever sounds right to you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. Whatever sounds right.
You got, so we'll start with a couple. We won't go through all of them because there's
can't.
quite a few,
It's a
right?
big card.
Yeah, it's a big card. Well, the big one is, the Intercontinental
There you go,
Championship.
yeah.
Thank you very much. It's Bobby Lashley versus Finn Balor. Who do you got, Dimitri?
Who do you know, Jonathan? Why don't you start?
yeah, sure,
What
go
sounds
ahead.
better to you, Bobby Lashley or Finn Balor?
I'm just gonna go with Bobby Lashley.
Yeah, that's my pick too.
That's a good pick.
That's my
I like
pick.
that pick too. All right. Let's go with the United States Championship. It's Samoa Joe, who's got the belt, versus Rey Mysterio.
Ooh. I'm gonna go with Rey Mysterio on this one.
That's also a good pick.
You know what? I'm gonna go Samoa Joe.
Oh, you are.
Yeah,
I'm
Joe,
gonna write that
Joe,
down.
Joe.
Let's jump over to, this is a career match. It's Triple H. Triple H
The game.
versus, sorry, I forgot. Oh my God. Versus Batista. He's in a movie. You know who he is? He's the green guy in
Guardians of the Galaxy.
Okay, then I'm just gonna go with Batista.
You're gonna go Batista?
Yeah.
Boom,
Got
done.
the Guardians of Galaxy.
That's what I
I'll put
do.
him in. Yeah.
Exactly.
Something
Done.
sounds right to you, just go for it. You know, gotta have confidence. I swear, if this actually happens, I'll like. Come
If he
on.
beats
it.
us,
If I
will.
beat you in a
He will.
sport that I don't
Playoffs
even know.
It's inevitable, my friend.
It's
All right, we go to the last two. It's the
Okay.
Universal Championship. It's Brock Lesnar versus Seth Rollins. Dimitri?
I got to go with Brock Lesnar here.
Brock Lesnar.
Or Brock.
I think so.
Lesnar.
Everyone thinks Seth, but it's going to be Brock.
It's gonna be Seth, honestly.
Oh, you're going to go there. I'm going to
Yeah.
put your name down.
Ah,
It's for the
knows something.
WWE Championship. It's Daniel Bryan versus Kofi Kingston.
I'm gonna go with Kofi Kingston.
Kofi Kingston. I like that pick too. I like
you know
it.
what? I like the WrestleMania upset.
You like Daniel?
I like Kofi Kingston.
yeah.
But no, you know what? Put me down, for Daniel. I'm down for Daniel
Boom.
Bryan.
And the final. This is the main event. First time ever, and lots of props to the ladies out there because it's the first ever. They're going to headline the main event. It's the ladies. You got Ronda Rousey. You got Charlotte Flair and Becky Lynch. It's a three-way fight, Jonathan. Who's going to win?
You know what?
What?
I just, the insert joke here. I can't. It just
Don't do it.
I'm not. You know what? I snuck one in earlier,
Okay.
right? But I gotta let it go.
Let
You're
it
right.
go.
Okay.
Jonathan?
I'll go with Ronda Rousey.
Ronda Rousey. Good pick. Great pick.
Ronda
actually.
Rousey.
Yeah,
Let's
you gotta
go.
go with the fighter.
Come on, Ronda.
I'm
do
gonna
it.
go.
Come on.
I'm gonna go with.
Yeah.
And I think I'm gonna go with Becky Lynch here.
Becky Lynch. I think so
Yeah.
too. I'm with
Yeah.
Dimitri on this one. Boom. There it is. That's WW picks. Rapid banter.
That's John Cena's music.
From there, Jonathan, just this week, we basically posted the greatest sports movie athletes of all time. Okay?
All right.
Now, we are down to what other people that would normally look at these brackets called the Sweet 16.
Yeah.
Okay? We're there. Right now, we're going to go through very quickly and pick who is going to the Elite Eight idea. Okay? Ready? The first one. I don't know if you've seen some of these movies. So, Dimitri, jump in. Jeff, you were going to maybe need a little of your help as well.
Okay.
It's Jackie Moon versus Frankie Dukes.
You can't beat Frank. Jackie Moon does not have Frank Dukes' number. So Frank Dukes, have you seen the movie Bloodsport? You know what?
I don't think he's seen that. It's
No.
it's literally 3 times older than him.
Yeah,
Who's
but
30 years
this,
old.
you know what? You need a pen and paper because you got to Bloodsport. I'm telling you, it's got to be on your queue of action movies.
I'm going to text this to you later.
There's no way your dad can deny you Bloodsport. No way.
In one of the greatest matchups we have up to date, you got Ricky Vaughn versus Forrest Gump. Jonathan, I'm gonna let you pick this one.
Forrest Gump. I got Forrest Gump.
I knew he was gonna go.
I'm with him.
Are you
I'm
only
with
going
him.
with it because you know who it is?
Yeah, kind of.
Ricky Vaughn's out, buddy. Sorry, man. You knew this was gonna happen.
I knew it was tough. But how do you deny Forrest Gump?
You can't.
How do you deny?
He's an
do
All-American.
anything? He's a ping pong international champion, All-American champion, co-founded Apple, Bubba Gump Shrimp, and damn it, he dated Jenny.
He dated Jenny.
You know,
Yeah.
you win.
You win.
Dated Jenny. Can't beat that.
You can't beat that.
Can't
He
be.
dated
He kept
Jenny.
him on the
just-
leash for a little while, though. You know, I don't know. Paul Crow or Teddy KGB? We go a little poker versus football. You're right, Teddy KGB.
That's my vote,
100%.
for real.
Jeff, we move it over to you. It's Jonathan Lawrence, aka the Karate Kid Nemesis, versus Apollo Creed.
Oh, Apollo Creed is crushing. Crushing.
I think we made a mistake by giving these guys the choice.
We want Johnny to fight LaRusso.
Yeah, we wanted that final. We wanted that rematch.
But Johnny's always getting the hook.
But it goes back to you, Dimitri. It's Rocky Balboa versus Daniel LaRusso.
You know what?
Yep.
Balboa beats LaRusso because
Oh,
if
boy.
Creed can beat Johnny,
That's right.
no way. 'cause
We might have a rematch
Because
here.
Johnny won. But you know, oh man.
I'll take this one. It's Ernie McCracken versus Happy Gilmore.
Come on.
I'm not going to lie to you. I really
Don't
want to go
do
for
it.
the upset.
Don't do
I
it.
might.
Beat. No.
You know what?
What would Jonathan do?
What?
What would Jonathan do?
Happy Gilmore.
Yes! Yes! I thought you were going to screw that up
He
so
wouldn't-
bad.
that's a,
All right, here's a big one for you. All right, we got Shaquille O'Neal or Chaz Michaels. So Shaquille O'Neal played this character named Neon in the movie Blue Chips from like literally 1992, I
Yeah.
think, versus Chaz Michael, who is
figure skater extraordinaire from the movie Blades of Glory, gold medalist, played by Will Ferrell.
Yeah.
Chaz Michael McMichaels. Your pick.
who do you like, Jonathan?
I'll go with Chaz McMichael.
Like it.
He's
Love
a
it.
great role model too.
And Jeff, you get the last one.
All right.
It's the movie called The Wrestler with Randy the Ram
Yeah,
versus Ivan Drago.
Oh, powerhouse matchup.
I got a soft spot for Randy the Ram, man. I got a
I knew
soft
you were
spot.
gonna-
Yeah, I bet. You know what? I agree with you, Jeff,
Yeah.
because
He's the underdog. I'll give
Yes.
him that. But I just got to cheer him on.
I love it.
I'll take Ram's elbow over Drago's punch. I gotta
Really?
be. I
Yeah,
think
for real.
Stallone drops with the elbow.
Well, the Elite Eight is this. You got Frankie Dukes versus Forrest Gump. You got KGB versus Apollo Creed. You got Rocky Balboa versus Happy Gilmore. And you got Randy the Ram versus Chaz Michaels.
Wow.
It's up to you now, roster, to take it from here.
Let's
And we
do it.
set it up. We set the table. It's
And
time
you
for
can
to
vote
eat.
on the Facebook page, Twitter, and Instagram. Marketing Matt's going to have all the polls out there as well. It's going to be beautiful.
Beautiful. Jeff, look at that. We are basically 3 minutes ahead of schedule. A whole 3 minutes.
Yeah.
But we are not done yet, Jonathan. We have something called on this podcast that has basically revolutionized. There was the wheel, and now there's Maga Malaka. Okay, it's revolutionized the world.
Now, I know you're missing Greek school today,
Exactly,
but
but-
we got a lot of Greek
We got
components.
lots of Greek stuff
Yeah.
going on here. today.
Agape Greek radio,
Yeah.
Maga versus Malaka.
You know,
These are words you would
these
have
are
learned
words-
anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're gonna learn it anyway. So
Yeah,
your
of
mom
course.
and your dad can't be that mad at us.
Yeah.
But we're gonna
better
change it up.
Greek school.
Yeah,
It's like it's a nice alternative.
Look, when you go to Greece, you know, you're not the plithindiko and iko stuff. You're not gonna learn. You're not gonna use it as much.
Yeah.
it's the swear words and smoking. Do you smoke yet?
No.
You don't vape. You don't vape.
Fun.
Are you vaping?
You vape?
Everyone's-
No.
You
You're not
don't vape
vaping.
either. Okay, good.
Well, it's a big thing in Greece. If you're not vaping, you got to be swearing in Greek.
You got to be doing something.
That's just the way it is. And do you drink frappe? Do you drink Greek coffee? Not yet. It's still early. Still
yeah,
early.
yeah.
You're right, you're right.
Hold on.
Yeah, tries. Yeah, tries.
Are you
but,
dipping the kuluri in the coffee right now?
Oh yeah, that's the best thing.
That's the best
That
thing.
is
The
the best.
Paksimadi in the coffee. You can't beat that. Come on.
You can't be.
It can't be. Who's
The
this
kid
kid?
knows already.
He's
You know what
like-
he reminds me of? He's like a smart version of Cologeno from a Bronx Tale.
That's exactly.
He's like, you know.
That's exactly what it is.
He's our C.
He's our C.
It's a good thing, by the way.
So he's
Okay.
our J.
He's our J.
He's our J.
He's our J.
He's our J.
Flow within J.
That's it.
He's our guy now.
I love it.
You're one of the boys now.
Yeah, you made it.
Yeah, let's do it.
It's
Yeah.
amazing. But you know what? Like you said, your parents can't be totally upset. Yeah, you missed Greek school today, but look,
Yeah.
we're about to do a Maga Malaka segment.
Yeah, but he's making it up. He told me in the car as
Yeah.
we were driving here. He's making it up. He's putting an extra half hour
Putting in the work.
I
So
have
he
to do
came here.
another half an hour. Like
Putting in the work.
Yeah.
Put
But
in the
that's
work.
life. That's
That's
what
it.
you got to. That's what you do.
Hard knocks
You're
life.
a step
Hard
ahead.
lessons.
Okay?
Plus 1 point.
Plus 1 point.
Yep,
Mitch
got
and
it.
Dimitri. Yeah,
I
we're
almost
good.
caught up. I'm down
You
point.
know what?
All
At
right.
the end of the day, it evens out.
It does.
It's a good thing.
So this is what we're going to do, Jonathan. Me and Dimitri are going to give you some scenarios based on how we grew up on the playgrounds, and you tell us if this still exists.
All right.
Ready?
Let's do it.
All right. Well, we'll start with an easy one, right over the plate.
Just
nice and easy.
Underhand toss.
Nice and easy. So you and your generation live on Wi-Fi. God
Yeah.
forbid that ever goes down, right? You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? Yeah, exactly. Landlines. So do you know what a landline is?
Of course.
Oh, you do? Okay, excellent. So what's cooler? Landlines, what's a MAGA, and what's MAGA? Is Wi-Fi better than the landline?
Yeah.
I think that was pretty easy. Yeah,
Like
Yeah,
that
just go to the
was.
plate.
yeah, that's kind of...
So
Okay, what do you
Wi-Fi-
think would look cooler? I'm at my house and we said, hey, let's call our friend here. Do you think I'm gonna go on the landline and call him, or do you think I'm gonna use my what do you think looks cooler? You know?
Yeah.
Wi-Fi.
yeah.
Sorry, landline.
So let me ask you this question, going back to the landlines. Let's say there is a young girl that you kind of fancy. Is that
Yeah.
a word you guys use? Or
And not really,
she's
but
flossing?
that's okay.
Yeah, what do you...
Yeah, what do you guys
Friend?
say?
She
friend? She friend? She's cool? What's the word?
I don't. She's pretty. I
She's
don't
pretty.
know.
Okay. So what do? Do you
What's your
text her,
fancy
call her,
girl?
FaceTime her? Like what goes on here?
Depends what you're trying to say. Like if you just want to say, hey, let's hang out, you text her. But if you want to say a very long whatever, then you call her.
Quick question though. When you're texting or calling them, do their parents get involved? See, when we used to like girls and we had to call their house, their dad or their mom would pick up the phone and be like, who's this? And you're like, is blah, blah, blah. And then, it became a sales call from the day one. You had to get past mom or dad.
Yeah,
do you guys have that problem?
Not really, because you're calling on each other's cell.
Right, but I don't know. Like, do the parents have access
What about
to this?
Snapchat?
But
When do you introduce Snapchat?
Oh, I got that next. Hold on a second.
Like, I mean, why would your parents have your phone and answer it for you?
This
would
is
that
what
be?
we're up against, generation. This is what I want you guys to all hear what's going on now, okay? That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
So Wi-Fi, cell phones, MAGA.
MAGA,
Jonathan's
100%.
opinion, fair enough.
All right, here's one for you. Ready? The floss dance that I see that is ultra popular
Yeah.
versus our break dancing back in the day. What's MAGA? What's Malaka?
MAGA's the breakdancing.
Dang right
Bring
it
it
is.
back.
Bring it back.
Okay, one for the old
One
school.
for the old school.
2-1. 2-1.
All right, here's another one. What about, so Snapchat's a big thing, which I don't know really what to compare it. We had internet phone lines.
You know what? MSN Messenger.
Oh, MSN Messenger, exactly. Snapchat or Messenger?
Messenger, because I think Snapchat's kind of weird.
Yeah?
You just take a picture of yourself and send it. It's like, why don't you text? But it makes no sense.
Very good.
Because, like, why do you have to send a picture with it?
Yeah, why? What's
It's
up
a
with that? And what's up with the filters all the time? You're putting on these rabbit faces and dog faces. Like, what's up with that? Right? I don't get it.
I don't get it.
I don't get it
I
either.
honestly don't get it either.
If you don't get it, we sure the heck don't get it either. All right, here's a couple more. When we used to go to 7-Eleven, right, we would get a Slurpee or some sour keys, some junk food.
Yeah.
Your generation has kale. Who's cooler, us or you?
Don't make me answer that question.
But you're not denying that I'm right. Okay?
You're 100% right.
All right, awesome. That's
You know what they got
for
now?
sour keys.
You know what they got now?
What do they got?
Green tea arrow bars.
They have.
They're gross. It's disgusting.
I'm not
You
gonna
should
lie when I
never.
say I'm grossly disappointed with your generation.
Yeah, I am too. Honestly.
All right, here's one for you. Going back to if you like somebody in your class back in the day, outside of calling, we had to pass notes to each other. Okay?
Yep.
What do you guys do? Text? I guess a text. So what's cooler, texting or passing a note?
Well, it's both. It kind of depends what you're trying to do. Like, if you're at school,
Right.
why would you text them because they're right there?
Right. Also.
But if you're at home, how are you supposed to pass the notes?
But this is
Smarter
within.
than us.
But don't you guys have your phones on you in school?
yeah, but why'd you text them if they're like 2 desks behind you?
So you guys still pass notes?
Yeah, of course.
It still works.
So they use both.
It
Still works.
I didn't think it still worked.
You're gonna pass a note.
That's amazing.
Okay,
I'm so
okay.
excited about this. This is great. All right. Well, here's another one. I said the word a second ago. Slurpees versus protein drinks or whatever you guys are drinking. Who's winning, baby?
Slurpees.
This is right.
Yeah.
Old school again.
Old school wins. So we're
You're just taking
bad. We're
I
not
like
so
it.
bad.
Honestly,
Yeah, go ahead.
it's better. You guys have the better generation. You win. You win.
I got one more for you. One more. All right. I don't know if this happens. I don't know if kids get into little fights and stuff like that. Hopefully you don't. Hopefully you guys aren't fighting. But back in the day, we would say, I'll see you 3 o'clock at the bike racks. Today, it's catch me outside. Which one's cooler?
Catch me outside.
It is. It really is.
You know what? I think it is.
I think so, too.
I think
That's
so.
what it is.
It's a better soundbite.
Way better.
Like, what are you trying to do? Trying to fight someone, or are you trying to make a meeting? Like, it's making a boring office meeting.
Yeah. He's got a point. There it is. Episode 76 is in the books.
It's unbelievable. You just got to get down to business. Is that what I'm hearing, Jonathan?
Yep.
That's unbelievable.
Jonathan, thank you very much for coming.
Thanks for having me, guys.
Yeah, man.
This is the first of many. I can't tell you how much fun. I can speak for all of us here. This was such a fun episode. Dare I say it, maybe the GOAT. Maybe.
It could be.
Maybe. It could be
Maybe.
the GOAT.
Greatest of all time, Jonathan?
I think so.
All
One
right.
more time. Give us that Instagram handle. How do we get to your blog?
At Puckin Around with Johnny on Instagram.
Beautiful, guys. You heard it. At Puckin Around with Johnny on Instagram. Be sure to follow Real Locker Room Talk on our channels as well. RealLockerRoomTalk.com, at Mitch and Dimitri, and at RealLockerRoom.com. Be careful. Watch out for all the polls. Marketing Matt's going to have them all as we get into our Elite 8. Now, thank you to all the partners. Headversity.com. AgapeGreekRadio.com, the greatest studio of all time, AlchemyStudio.ca. This has been a blast. Thank you, everyone. Mitch, Jonathan. Until the next one, episode 76 is in the locker. And Jonathan, this is the time when the boys hit the showers.
Let's do it.
But not really.
Yeah, because
This
Yeah.
one's going to be a
Like in a good way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know,
You know what? I think we should all just just go home. Let's just
Yeah,
go home.
yeah.
that's a metaphor.
That's
I mean,
it.
not that there's anything wrong with wanting to, but it's not. We don't need a documentary about
Plus
us.
1 point for Mitch for solving this all out.
Shut up and pass the soap.
Tied it.
Woo!
We don't want the name of the episode.